you only know, but obviously a lot of these new guys,
Yeah.
for the first time.
Well, I'll say this first. Everybody attacks it differently. You know, that's kind of where you have to build your own professional approach to this thing. Everybody gets that free time off, and you know, you got to do something. You know, you just have to do something productive with that time, and you got to find a way to keep getting better, even though you're not in the building, and working on routes and stuff with the entire team. But it's over the course of my career, I've just found the groove of, you know, when to get ready. I take camp very seriously. I take preseason very seriously. I get a lot of my work done during that time, and you know, the free time that I get, I like to put my feet up, go see some family, all while staying in shape and getting geared up for training camp.
What's the biggest, I guess, memory that jumped out to you when you were working that first couple days of training, given it was Andy's first as a head coach?
Really, that first training camp, you don't realize how many people are going to be out there. It felt like it was a game, you know. The excitement of, you know, people watching practice and stuff. I'm not used to that coming out of University of Cincinnati. Our training camp was in, you know, higher ground in the middle of Indiana, so we didn't really have anybody at practice. It was kind of the dog days and just the fellas that were on the team. And then, sure enough, I come to KC and it's a packed house. Everybody out there, St. Joe's, screaming, yelling, getting fired up during stretch. I'm just like, man, this is it's a little different. You don't got to, you know, you're not as much in your head about the dog days of 2 days and stuff like we had in college. Well, I guess we don't do 2 days anymore, but yeah. So I would say the crowd is definitely what stands out the most.
Is there a moment you had that first season where
With Coach, I slowly realized how Coach wanted things to get going. Like, I think he even said it on my on the podcast or the show that I got with my brother. You know, he was saying, you know, the first 5 years were a challenge, which is fun to look back at. You know, the first 5 years, and I've actually watched a lot of that tape, and I'm like, oh, all right, yeah, I get it. I get where he's coming from. You find that professional approach, and you find that, you know, that groove, and I think Coach Reid does it the best of, you know, channeling everybody to that discipline aspect. It's hard. It's not an easy thing to get a bunch of, you know, grown men to stay disciplined on stuff like, you know. So it's just, I think the welcome to the league moment with Coach Reid was just that eyebrow he gives you, man. That thing, he just looks at you like, all right, I better pick it up. Yeah. Better stop screwing around in here.
Last time you got one of those eyebrows from?
When I pitched the ball against Cincinnati. This, yeah.
Can you look back on the Super Bowl moment and specifically so explain like how that play came about and how these guys played?
Yeah, well, first things first is great game planning. You know, the coaches do a great job of understanding what, you know, the tendencies are for the defensive, you know, the defense that we're playing, or the defensive coordinator, and what his tendencies are to call in that area, and then and then play design. You get everything mirrored up the exact same. That's a lot, and tip of the hat to our coaching staff, both in the run game, the pass game, because all of it kind of ties in together in the red zone there.
So tell me about that play specifically. What's going on? You're on the field, you're not catching the ball. What's going on in that play? I mean, like, maybe
So,
it's
yeah.
play, is that pointing this way, and all of a sudden somebody's running the other way? Like,
Yeah.
what?
Typically what we've shown on that play is just, you know, we have different versions where the guy in motion goes all the way across field, so the defense will just, you know, they'll have an answer for that. They'll have, whether it's, you know, passing it off to a guy on the other side of the field, or, you know, the two guys playing man on that side of the field, which you saw a couple times in the Super Bowl, where they kind of just got confused on who had who. And that's where it comes to where the offensive coaching staff and then the guys doing it the right way on the field, giving nothing to the defense that we're doing something different.
Travis, is your training any different from you know, you're older and wiser, better, you look like a fountain of youth, you could see everything you've done. But I mean, what do you do to maintain that as, I mean, we all get a little older.
I just love the game. I think that kind of keeps me living with a I don't know, like a young, fun-loving football player. You know, I get to play a game for a living at the age of 33, 34, and I think that's you know, I don't want to lose that. I don't want to lose that excitement that I had for the game when I was a kid. And every single day I get to come in with the best team, best players, best coaches in the world. So it makes it easy to come in here and just enjoy it. But I would say I just focus on a lot of the smaller things, the details of things. and just try and make sure that, you know, everything as an athlete, in terms of muscles and explosion and things like that, that everything's firing, so I don't go out there and, you know, tweak my back like I did last week.
You mentioned you taking this time seriously, like preseason and camp and all that. But how much, Aaron mentioned, you know, your older in your career, how much do you embrace the mentorship? Like,
Oh man, I love it, man.
guy and those like
We got the best tight end room in the league right now, and it's fun to be a part of all the just the grand scheme of things in terms of this offense and what it can do. But coming to work and being around the tight end group, man, we got a fun group that just loves to play this game and wants to make plays, no matter how they got to do it. You know, whether we're blocking, whether we're catching the ball downfield, or just, you know, finding a way to get somebody else open. And that's the beauty of the tight end positions, that we're pretty selfless, and whatever you need, we can do. And the young guys, man, the guys that are kind of like still getting molded into this offense that you'll see this year, any bit of advice I can give to anybody, and that's kind of across the league. I'll give nuggets of gold over here, tight end you coming up next week, or what I think are nuggets of gold. And you know what? And it'll be I'm here to try and get everybody to be at their best, you know, and still got that confidence that, you know, what we do over here is always going to be, you know, number one.
how much
Okay,
is
we got 4 more. What we gotta wrap up this? So Todd, Blair, Pete, Mackenzie.
how much does that keep you up?
Keep me young, man. I'll tell you what, it is fun, man. Seeing Jody Fortune fly around, seeing Noah fly around, you know, Matt Bushman coming in, making plays every single day. You know, that gets you excited about the group. So that alone kind of builds the motivation, that, you know what I mean, kind of builds the beast and gets you to want to fly around too and have some fun catching the ball and getting open, man. So without a doubt, man, I think it fuels me, but you know, I think this entire team fuels each other. We don't got a lot of drains out here, but it's all City of Fountains out here.
Travis, one of the things like on the podcast,